group of school kids going back to school today, yours among them.
My kids are there at school this morning. And also child psychiatrist Dr. Anna Shire is here to talk about alleviating anxiety with your kids going back to school, mom and dad, that whole thing. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Oh, you're
Good
welcome.
to see you.
You're welcome.
You see all the commercials of, oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and the parents all excited as the kids are going back. But you know, you can also be kind of bummed out or a little anxious.
Sure.
So let's say you have you have a brand new kindergartner today.
Yeah, Kalina starts kinder this morning. She's in class already.
Okay.
That's exciting.
So was she stressed out?
No, she's a very independent child. She was like, I want to learn math,
Ready to
Mommy.
go.
I'm
That's
like,
wonderful.
All right, perfect.
But what about kids who aren't?
Yes, so and that's one of the biggest things, to have a good read on your child, because some kids, they're ready to go, no problem whatsoever. But those kids who tend to have more of an issue with separating, and you'll know because, you know, say you've dropped them off to their friend's house and they'll cling a little bit, or you're dropping them off to, you know, to various activities and they don't really feel comfortable with that separation. Those are the ones where you really have to think a little bit more about how you're going to go about it.
So they say they come home from school and you realize they're really not comfortable. What are some things you can talk to them about, or things you can do with them that would make them feel more comfortable?
So the first thing is figuring out what it is that they're uncomfortable about. So as long as you validate their fears rather than say, you know, oh, it's no big deal, you're going to be fine. That saying you're going to be fine without really expressing how, wow, that's a really scary fear you have, just makes them feel alone and unheard.
So that's how you validate it? Explain that to me.
Yes. So validate. So say it's, well, I'm really scared that, you know, so-and-so's going to take my cookie. You know, you could be like, oh, it's no big deal. You can have a cookie when you come back home. But the better way to do it would be like, that's terrible. I can't imagine how that would feel if all day you've been looking forward to your cookie and then somebody takes it. Like, I'm sorry, sweetie, but let's figure out a way to make sure that your cookie's safe.
Right, or somebody says, I don't have any friends there. I don't know anybody in my class.
Right, so validating the fear, that's a really scary fear to have.
Right.
And I can't imagine how it would feel sitting there and seeing other kids hanging out and talking and you don't have friends to talk to. But let's think about it. Who talked to you this morning? And then kind of building up that idea that, okay, well, maybe that is a friend because they talked to me.
Oh, good ideas, yeah.
I'm a terrible parent because I do just the opposite. You gotta be like, get over it. It's gonna be fine.
And you see,
Stop
there's a
worrying about
difference
silly
too
things.
with dads and with moms and with drop-off too. You know, who's going to be the better drop-off parent? It might be better to have dad because he's more, you know, in that situation, if you linger with drop-off and give more hugs and stay there and walk to the classroom, that actually makes it harder for them to separate. So sometimes it's better to have dad.
There you go.
To just, you know, Band-Aid, rip it off.
You know, I'm going through a different type of separation anxiety, but it may be the same thing. My oldest is getting ready to go to University of Arizona this week, and I know I'm so bummed out. She's moving out of the house and the whole thing, but I would imagine it's almost the same as when you drop off your little one at the first day of kindergarten. It's a life, you know, huge step.
Huge event.
So what about parents? How do we deal with this?
So with the younger kids, it's getting yourself okay with drop-off. So, and not just drop-off, but throughout the day. You got to keep yourself busy, especially if you're not going to work. You know, don't stay at home and smell your child's pillow. But make sure you have things that
Are you reading my diary? Are you reading my journal?
But with the college kids, it's different because, you know, you want them to be making that next step, but it's also so painful to see their empty room and to know that they have so many of their things that you've seen in their room as part of their life is moving with them. So there's that, you know, that tangible loss that you're seeing. But if you have a lot of planned visits that you can look forward to and you all can remind yourselves, in a month, you know, there's gonna be fall break and we're gonna get to see each other and it's gonna be okay and they're gonna be back at home, and then, you know, as the process keeps going where you get to say goodbye, it gets easier every time you say
Hey, and you'll have Parents Weekend coming up in September.
I know.
Right,
That'll be fun.
It's actually in October.
Oh, it's October, sorry.
Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you. You made me feel real better.
Yeah, it's coming.
Anna, great talking with you.
My pleasure.
Some good information. Thank you so much.
All right.